Hello, everybody. Average Man here. This is commentary for the Vice interview with Michael Forest Reinoehl, who shot and killed J Danielson at a riot in Portland.
Tonight.
It was a free-for-all, and the police were letting it happen.
Okay, a little background on this meth head, crazy, insane guy. And that's just not my words for it. That's his actual, what his family says too. His family says not only was he like that, but he was verbally abusive, extremely verbally abusive, and would even steal their pills. So, yeah, this kind of seems like a lot of the characteristics you find in a lot of members of Antifa is, especially when you see the mugshots Andy No uploads, is you see them and it looks like the faces of meth. I mean, really, it's not hard to imagine that these people rioting for 100 days straight just aren't getting loaded up every night and just going out causing havoc. It's not hard to imagine at all.
Had I not acted, I am confident that my friend and I'm sure I would have been killed, because I wasn't going to stand there and let something happen.
It was just a guy walking and you shot and killed him.
Portland speaks to us about what happened that night.
Look at this guy.
To be clear, he hasn't been arrested or charged.
He's just waiting to be carried
We didn't go
off.
looking for him, and we have no information where he is now. He went to a freelance journalist, Donovan Farley, who brought it to us. We then sent a freelance filmmaker to tape the sit-down. Tess Owen has been covering extremism at Vice News, and she's
So
here to
you
help
do know
us
where
get
he
a
is if
handle
you
on
had
this.
sent a
Tess,
person
do we
to
know
tape
anything
it.
about this guy, and why is he talking to us?
His name is Michael
Woman
Reinoehl,
with foreign
and
accent.
So far, Portland police have been pretty tight-lipped about
Makes
what
us
actually
sound
happened
more
on Saturday
official.
night. The victim's been described as a supporter of
The
Patriot
victim has
Prayer,
been
which is a
described.
far-right group in the
I
area.
can't do a foreign accent.
One night
I'm not
after the
even gonna try.
shooting, Reinoehl's name began circulating on 4chan as a possible suspect, and then his name went into social media and
Totally not a
right-wing
midlife
blogs,
crisis.
and the
Look
local
at this
media
guy.
citing
Not a
news
midlife
sources
crisis
have
at all.
since described him as a person of interest in the shooting. And conservative media have also honed in on his own social media posts, where he's described himself as 100% Antifa. And Trump has shared that tweet saying that the victim was murdered in Portland by Antifa.
So you've been covering this story from the beginning. What have you found about what happened that night?
So on August 29th, there was this pro-Trump caravan that started in a town about 10 miles south.
The agitators.
Portland police knew about the caravan and had apparently been tasked with making sure that it stayed out of downtown Portland to avoid escalating tensions, which there have been running pretty high, more than 90 days of consecutive protests. And still some
100 days of consecutive riots.
Downtown Portland to confront protesters. And then the evening or hours later, the shooting took place.
So Tess, this didn't happen in a vacuum. Why were pro-Trump supporters there in a caravan? And why was someone protesting against police violence bringing a gun to a protest?
Why would anyone bring a gun?
So I think it's important to look at the shooting in the context of escalating violence in Portland, which has been an ideological battlefield since 2016. In recent years, there have been numerous street brawls between anti-fascists and far-right
Here we
groups
go
like
with all the
Patriot Prayer and Proud
right-wing
Boys. Some
extremism.
of these have resulted in arrests and quite serious injuries. And in 2018, a group of far-right demonstrators were found with a whole bunch of long guns on a roof overlooking a protest.
Unhinged.
And then this summer, things have got messier and bloodier. And, Reinoehl's been...
Yes, it got way messier and bloodier on the leftist side. Let's be clear about that.
July. Earlier that month, he'd been arrested for having a loaded gun at a protest and interfering with police. Those charges were dropped.
Billions of dollars of damage.
A conservative protester was arrested for allegedly firing at a group of Black Lives Matter protesters. And there was a Proud Boy.
Here's all the reasons he should have had a gun.
And pointing at protesters.
He was so right for having
Tess
it.
Owen, thanks for that background. Stay with us. Okay, so here's the exclusive, but first a note. We don't want to share this to glorify or excuse what he says he did, but we do think it's newsworthy because the United States is being racked by political violence right now.
Yes, by the left. Why don't you call it as it is?
Why people are scared and why they're fighting is integral to understanding what's going on.
A fucking petulant child. Oh, look at these agitators.
I had no choice.
He was just walking. What do you mean you had no
I could have
choice?
sat there and watched them kill a friend.
He wasn't in the process of committing a crime.
But I wasn't going to do that.
You have no proof that he was going to kill your friend.
The camel's back. My name is Michael Forest Reinoehl. born and raised Portland, Oregon, 48 years old. You know, lots of lawyers suggest that I shouldn't.
Look at this guy squirm. My God. This guy is a straight up drug addict, and that's not just my words. You know, his family says he would steal their pills. So, all right.
Even be saying anything, but I feel it's important that the world at least gets a little bit of what's really going on, because there's been a lot of propaganda put out there.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree with him on that.
I felt that my life and other people around me's lives were in danger.
This guy is like Sarah Connor from the Terminator movies.
And I felt like I had no choice but to do what I did. I wasn't even aware of what was going on.
To prevent future wars.
I was actually out with my son.
How the fuck can this guy say he has no idea what was going on? You have a black power tattoo on your fucking neck. Don't try to tell us you had no idea what's going on.
And we were driving through town and we happened to...
Oh, look at all these agitators. They make the people burning down buildings look like saints. Good Lord, why are they flying these flags so aggressive?
See hundreds of trucks with flags.
Hundreds,
on
an
them,
armada.
So I notified my friends.
An armada of
and
30-something
what I was
cars.
doing with my son, got home, and then received a phone call saying that it might be a good idea to come down there. Security may be needed.
Yes, it may be a great idea for you to leave your child, grab a gun, and go role play in the streets. Great Father of the Year. You are, you know, the world is really going to miss you.
Not knowing what that would entail. I had no idea what I was going into.
You were just going to shoot a guy that was just walking? And before you try to, you know, parallel that with Kyle Jacob, or what is Jacob Blake? He was on a crime spree. He had just finished raping his girl, 2 taser attempts, didn't take him down, and he was about to steal a woman's car, so don't even try.
I used to really love this country, and I respected the flag. And
I'm sure you jumped around from group to group your whole fucking life, bro.
Time I see a big truck,
good Lord,
especially with a flag on it, I immediately think that they're out to get me.
You think they're out to get you? Oh, I wonder how regular people feel when they're trying to sleep at night and you're outside their home in your Antifa getup, scaring the out of them. Shoes on the other foot now.
Vehicles. Who knows how many were rolling through downtown, but like I said, when I
beautiful
showed up,
sight.
I saw more of their vehicles than real citizens.
That's an actual peaceful protest.
It felt like the beginning of a war.
The beginning of a war. If this guy was a right-winger, his face would be plastered all over the news channels for months as evidence of how unhinged the right is. But, you know, leftist, he'll probably make him out to be a hero because he was killed recently. You see these idiots trying to stop a car by pushing into it? Good Lord. Good
It was a free-for-all, and the police were letting it happen.
You know what the police have been letting happen? Idiots like you burn down buildings. Just shot a man, no reason. Wasn't going after anyone.
What did you panic? Did you
My
run?
God.
Well, honestly, you know,
Lies. How the hell can you lie to us and
those are
think
bit
it's...
of details I probably
makes
don't want to
sense.
get
The
into,
footage is right
other
there.
than just simply saying that, you know, I realized what had happened. I was confident that I did not hit anyone innocent.
You did hit someone
and
innocent.
I made
You
my
literally hit someone innocent. My God. I don't mean to laugh,
And just
but
to reiterate,
so
you feel
absurd
it
what
was
he just
totally
said.
justified.
Totally justified. Had I not acted,
he prevented
I am
4 future
confident
wars.
that my friend and I'm sure I would have been killed, because I wasn't going to stand there and let something happen. What they've
He
done
wasn't
is
killing
they're
you. He
trying
was
to make
walking
it look
away.
like we're all terrorists.
Wow, look at this
and
guy.
they're trying
You
to make
are
me
a
look
terrorist,
like
you fucking idiot.
murderer. I've noticed that they keep saying that it's not clear that it's related to the protests. That's a lie. They know
Look at this guy's mug. My God. He looks like he's been living in the forest.
that it's related to the protests. Not to mention the fact that they say that they
You can see him scamper
don't know
around like,
who it was.
jumping
That's
around like a deer.
lie. Within an hour of Facebook and Twitter and all that.
Totally
have
not a
my face
midlife crisis. You
named
just wanted to
labeled
take to the
as
streets and
the
dress like a
shooter.
rapper.
They want to paint a picture of Antifa having major involvement. A lot of people don't understand what Antifa represents. And if you just look at the basic
Let's
definition
riot
of
at a
it,
gas
it's just
station that had nothing to do with
anti-fascist,
us to
and
teach that
I'm
gas
100%
station a lesson.
anti-fascist. I'm not a member of Antifa. I'm not a member of anything.
You are a
Honestly,
member of
I
Antifa. Don't
hate
try to
say
lie.
it,
You
but
already
I
said it,
see
and you have a
civil
Black
war
Power
right
tattoo on
around
your
the corner.
fucking neck.
That shot
Who are you fooling?
felt like the beginning of a war.
So fucking unhinged. So
We
unhinged.
just heard from a man who all but admits he killed someone at the protest in Portland this Saturday.
This guy
The
just
latest
finished a
awful thing to
whole
happen in the name of
veggie
making
burger.
this country better. Vice News has been covering the rise in extremism around the world, from embedding with ISIS to driving around Charlottesville with the dudes behind the
Just
Unite the Right rally.
Bunch of
Tess Owen, who most
right-wing and
recently got
scary
access to the
Islam
Boogaloo
people.
Boys, is back for more. Tess, stupid question, why are people showing up to protests with guns?
You literally already
I mean,
asked that
guns
fucking
might not be
question.
that unusual at, say, like a Second Amendment rally.
You
in the
literally
South.
asked that
You'd
question.
expect to see guns there, maybe.
Guns
But there
are
has been an
banned.
uptick of people bringing guns to protests in the last few months, especially where there's been this really troubling surge. And, you know, while the majority of guns I've been seeing so
That's
far
not a
tend to
gun.
be, you know, among like right-leaning militias or
good
libertarian
Lord.
Boogaloo Boys or vigilantes, there are also guns on the left as well, increasingly. You know, there's left-wing militias.
We're not
there's
biased,
fascist
see? We
militias,
said
there's
the
Black
other
Power
people had
militias.
guns.
And I think that, you know, when you bring all these ideological opposing groups
All right,
together,
this isn't even
and
about the interview
lack of
anymore.
guns,
It's over.
that's what's quite troubling.
So people are bringing guns, and both